One game away from beating Thunder Bay to win it all. The Royals led the series 3-0, but lost the next 4 on home ice. The Royals and their fans had to watch the other team skate around with the coveted cup.
First, I couldn't believe anyway that we're in the Allan Cup finals. And, you know, when we won the third game, I said, you know, I just can't believe this. We're 1 game away from the Allan Cup. And then we lost those 3 games in a row. And that made everybody, including the players, and everybody, I think, just more determined than ever to win it the next year.
On a spring morning, Humber Gardens is hosting a home show. But 10 years ago, this was the home of the best senior team money could buy.
I guess we'll never see them days again, Cliff.
They're gone for now, that's for sure.
Gorman was the brains of the organization, raising thousands of dollars to bring in players from all over Canada. Mike Anderson was the Royals' coach.
As you can tell from talking to Cliff, he's a pretty persistent fellow, and nothing was out of the question. I think if we'd have said try Gretzky, he'd have fallen. And anyway, just to say that he gave it a try.
Gorman couldn't quite snag the great one, but he did add Todd Stark for the 85-86 season.
I didn't even realize they had a senior hockey league over here.
Stark was from Guelph, Ontario. Playing in Newfoundland was a brand new experience.
It was Christmas time, and the hospitality was, I mean, I haven't seen it matched anywhere else I've been in the country. Got my first exposure to mummering and that kind of stuff, and really settled in. And then as the season went, obviously that was the big year.
Stark added a little more scoring punch to the Royals lineup, and the drive to the Allan Cup was underway. Tickets to Royals games soon became very hard to come by.
The town was behind us, so they came everywhere, Hawke's Bay and St. Anthony and Howley, or everywhere, Bayverde, everywhere, you know. Give me tickets, give me a ticket. Lots of times the excitement was so heavy, I was up on top of that glass, sitting on the glass.
Is that right?
Yes.
Did you get heaved out a few times?
No.
The denizens of Humber Gardens didn't come any more fanatical than local businessman Tony Basha. This is Basha as he was.
We want a riff. Hey, McDougall, put that stick down.
In '86, Basha followed the Royals to Brantford, Ontario for the Allan Cup semifinals. He had plenty of company.
Matter of fact, we had this fellow, Jack Osman. Jack had a little Chevette car. And he used to come into the stadium with his accordion and that. And he left here maybe a Friday evening. And he had his car loaded down with a battery, and he had amplifiers, and he had it all. And he drove up to Brantford. We talked to the man on the door and got him in, and not only had to get him in, he had enough equipment to take up 4 seats, you know? Yeah. Oh, he was a diehard fan too, Jack was.
It was hard to tell who the home team was at times because there's a very large Newfoundland club in Cambridge, Ontario, so a lot of that membership would come down the highway and cheer us on in Brantford. And, you know, there's quite a few people that had flown over or driven over or got over by any means to go watch the game live and in person. So we had great fan support. I mean, it seemed like anywhere we went, we still had 1,000 fans cheering us on.
The Royals won the Brantford series in 7 games. It was on to Nelson, BC for another shot at the Allan Cup.
So what was the reception like in Nelson? Were the Newfoundlanders treated as a curiosity?
Oh, were they ever? Yeah. Everybody piled in that hotel, and they came for 3 or 4 days. They never saw so much excitement there for months or years and years.
As the series went on, you knew that after you'd seen the Nelson team that, hey, we can take these guys and it's only a matter of time till we finish them off. It was very upbeat in the sense that, hey, you knew that you were that close, you were going to do it, and there was going to be a great celebration.
What was the atmosphere like in that rink, you know, as they counted down the final 10 seconds?
It was really exciting because we were broadcasting in a certain area. We didn't have a specific booth, and most of the local contingent were around the broadcast area, and they were doing the countdown, and I was kind of still trying to concentrate on calling the games.
It was the utmost, it was the best, and certainly what made it the best probably was losing it the year before and probably wanting it so bad.
A couple of days later, the Royals landed at Stephenville, and the fans who hadn't made the trip got to join the party. Brook had reached the pinnacle of Canadian senior hockey, but the Royals' win had a downside. The drive to the Allan Cup had cost nearly $1 million. Don Bradshaw writes sports for the Western Star. He says in the end, the Royals simply priced themselves out of existence.
Corner Brook suffered big time because they had 2 back-to-back years in the Allan Cup final. A lot of travel involved in the year they won it, going to BC and going to Flamborough and places like that. So the cost just got too much for them. But I think a lot of people look back at it now and say, well, yeah, we lost a lot of money on that, but damn, it was worth it.
One of the best things ever happened to the West Coast, yeah. A lot of people say, oh, we went too far with it and all this and that, that's why we got no hockey. But, you know, it's either that or no hockey at all, you know, lots of times.
Does it seem like 10 years?
No, it does not. It's just a dream almost, you know. Yeah.
In Corner Brook, I'm Jonathan Crow for Here and Now.
Fallen below